Hello guys, Lem13 here, and today this will be a movie review for It Chapter 1, or everyone likes to call it It. So I did a trailer reaction to the film It, and I did a trailer reaction to It Chapter 2. But now let's talk about the first chapter. It's very good actually. The movie's very good. Anyways, let's go and talk about, before we talk about the actors who played the guys in the film. The movie's very good, set in a town known as Derry, Maine. Every 27 years, this creature, known as It, or Pennywise the Dancing Clown, comes around 27 years to feed on children. Lovely. That is just, yeah, lovely. If you saw in the trailer reaction, I made Georgie boat. Look, made it myself. I went on YouTube and I found a tutorial for how to make it, and it actually turned really good. It doesn't look that great. I wrote SS Georgie, but it kind of looks like, doesn't look great, but it's my best. It's my best. I just wanted to include it for this video. Anyways, let's talk about the main villain itself, the antagonist, Pennywise the Dancing Clown, or It, as the children call it. So Pennywise is a ancient, very ancient, older than the Earth. He crashed on Derry, Maine, very long time ago. He crashed in the asteroid, and where it is now is called Derry, of course. For every 27 years, the creature will come out, terrorize the town, and then go back to its hibernation for another 27 years to feed on generation after generation after generation. And what his main purpose is, to eat and sleep. You know how cats like to eat and sleep? He bites like a cat, but instead of a cat, he uses fears for his prey. And throughout the movie, you see Pennywise, or It, basically using the children's biggest fear. So basically, he can like basically salt on the meat, something. So yeah, so Pennywise just eats and sleeps. He feeds on children. He shapeshifts into form, but he likes the clown form because, well, it's easier because kids like clowns. Who doesn't like clowns? Why? So he uses this form, it's like its favorite form, and he uses the kids to like trust them, and then, well, you know, the next stuff. And his true form is the Deadlights. If you do see in them, you will be floating in the air. And you float too means all the missing kids' corpses will be floating in Pennywise's lair. So that's what you float too means. Now let's talk about the kids. So in the movie, the kids overcome their fears and defeat the creature at the end. So let's talk about Bill. Bill's biggest fear is losing Georgie. He made this paper boat for him, and he was too sick to go. And anyways, Georgie went to play. He went outside in his little raincoat. How cute. He got his SS Georgie and sailed it along till he met the creature, Pennywise. And Pennywise devoured him. And during the next year, Bill doesn't believe Georgie's dead. He believes Georgie's alive, and he wants to find him. That's like his biggest fear in the All Out the movie. He keeps talking about Georgie, and everyone says he's dead. get over it, but Bill can't, he has to look for him. And anyways, at the end of the movie, he overcomes his fear and he finally accepts Georgie is dead. So yeah, the next one we'll be talking about is Stan Uris. Now Stan is Stan's like a believe in God thing, like God, Jesus, whatever you call it. Yeah. His biggest fear is the lady in the painting. And Pennywise, yeah, the clown, the dancing clown, he uses that fear to get to Stanley. And when Stanley's afraid, and basically when Stanley sees them painting, he's like, nope, bye-bye. He runs off, and he just runs off. But he overcomes his fear of it, and yeah, nothing else I've got to say about Stan. Next character is Eddie. So Eddie is this germaphobe like me. I'm a germaphobe, and his biggest fear is germs and sick stuff. So in a scene where he was walking past Neibolt House, aka the Well House, aka where it lives, Pennywise uses this fear on Eddie to make a real life leopard walking the seas and chase him. But then he overcomes his fear of being sick and stuff. And basically, yeah. The next character is Ben. Ben is the one who looked up Derry's history and the tragic dark history of Derry and of the creature. So Pennywise knows this, and he uses Ben's fear. He's actually got one fear, that mummy that appears at the end trying to attack him, but he uses this. But he changes into a Easter egg hunt boy, but with headless. But it's headless. Chases him, and yeah. So Ben's biggest fear is the mummy, because you see at the end of it, and yeah, he overcomes his fear and defeats the creature. So that's how you do it. The next character is Mike. So Mike is this character who's homeschooled like me. He stays at home and helps his uncle because his mum and dad died in the fire. And Pennywise uses one of his fears of seeing his parents burning. And well, basically he overcomes it and accepts it. And yeah. So the next character is Richie. Oh my goodness, he's a great character. So Richie's fear is clowns. If you see the scene in the Neibolt House, you go in the clown room and there's clowns everywhere. When he opens it up, he finds himself with a puppet, in a coffin. Then guess who comes up? Pennywise comes up. But he overcomes his fear. He wants to kill the clown, so he overcomes his fear of clowns real quickly in the movie. Yeah, not interesting, but still, well done. The last member of the Losers Club is Beverly. Now, Beverly's fear is she's afraid of her father, her abusive father. And she's afraid of becoming an adult because she's afraid to tell her father, and her father might do something to her. So Pennywise, the clown, uses one of her fears that the sink comes up with blood. And I was like, well, that went real quick. And she overcomes it. She overcomes him. She's not afraid of him early in the movie when she gets kidnapped. And she's not afraid, so Pennywise couldn't devour her, but lured a trap for the losers. And yeah. Now, the adults of the town, the adults don't mention anything because, well, they're being controlled by the clown itself. So they won't help anyone, they won't do anything, they won't help anyone. They're just mind control. They don't see fear, they don't see blood in the bathroom, they don't see your dead little brother, you don't see the clown, you don't see balloons, they're just there watching, they don't help anyone. Now, the other villain of the movie is Henry Bowers. My goodness, he is the bully, and he's one of he's the leader of the Bowers gang. He is a bully. He starts as a bully in the movie. Got a knife, and he's a very afraid of his abusive father that beats him up. That's why. And instead of Pennywise eating him, he actually wants him to kill his father. He does that, and then kills his two friends, and then he wants to try and kill the losers. But Mike pushes him down the well, and we already know he's coming back for it. Chapter 2. The locations: Neibolt House, the Well House, Tragic Histories, and it's all connected to there. That's how the losers figure it out in the projection scene. Now, one of my favorite scenes, I don't know, but one of my favorite scenes is what's her name? When I don't know if I like the whole movie. I don't know. I like the whole movie, so I don't think I do have a favorite scene. Yeah. Well, that's it for the video. If you like this review, we'll be doing a review for It Chapter 2, but that'll be for ages. If you want more videos, movie reviews, I'll do them. So click the notification button, and click the subscribe button to become Team 13. And yeah, if you don't, you're gonna float. That's why on YouTube signing off now. Bye. Hello guys, Land13 here, and today I'm doing a movie review for It Chapter 2. I seen this movie yesterday. It was fantastic. So, It Chapter 2 is a sequel to the first movie, It, or I like to call it It Chapter 1. But this is It Chapter 2 review. I will put a link in the description below for the first chapter review of the movie. But anyways, let's get into this movie review. So, It Chapter 2 takes place 27 years later after the events of the first film, where the losers think they defeated Pennywise, and they make an oath for saying if it ever returns to Derry, they'll come back too. And basically, this is what the movie is. They make that promise, and now they have to go back. Only one character. Oh, whoops. Only one character who does not show up. It's Stanley. And the reason why Stanley didn't want to show up, if he did show up, they would all lose. So he stayed behind and committed suicide. In a split moment, you see him on the wall saying "it." So Stanley was bad. Not fired, got killed by anyone, but he was too afraid. So yeah, so he killed himself. Anyways, the 6 of the Losers Club reunite to defeat the evil clown and Pennywise. So Pennywise the clown, played by Bill Skarsgård, fantastic in the movie. He basically missed the Losers Club. He wants revenge, but he also missed them so much. So throughout the movie, he's scaring them with their fears, and stuff, and he's just having fun with it. That's what he just does in the movie. He also goes after kids and adults. Well, he killed Adrian Mellons and his boyfriend, Adrian Mellon's boyfriend, seeing a lot of balloons under the bridge, meaning Pennywise is back and more powerful than ever. He's basically a more bigger threat than this time. At the end of the movie, remember the 1990 miniseries review I done with the big giant spider? Well, this one, he's a half clown, half giant spider, so basically just a form. So basically, yeah, his life missed him so much. So, but anyway, Pennywise loses Cole Pennywise names until they shrink him down to pull his heart out and then squish it. And then Pennywise is dead, or is he? So that's enough of Bill Skarsgård Pennywise. Let's now go to the Losers Club. So I don't really know the names of the actors, so yeah. The adult cast of the Losers Club is great. Even the return of the younger Losers Club, as we've seen just for flashbacks. Anyway, so Bill in the movie gets remembering ring, like about his Georgie's death, defeating the clown and other stuff. So yeah, so throughout the movie, he still feels guilty over his brother's lost Georgie, but he wants to move from it, but he can't. So, but basically, also made this big giant boat. So the George trick won't work on Bill anymore. So basically, Bill protects another kid named Dean, skateboard kid, but he tried to save him in the funhouse, but not. Pennywise got him, and that's when he got in the Neighbor house and he wanted to kill it alone. Because he failed, he didn't want to lose his brother. And he was so protective of this kid in this movie, he didn't want the same fate happening to Georgie. Even like telling him to get out of dairy and stuff, and like tell him get away from the sewer drain. So the artifact, he got two artifacts, doesn't burn one, but he burns the other. So it's Georgie's bow, he grabbed from fake Georgie Pennywise, burned it in there. The end of the story for that one. Silver, his bike. Yeah. So the next member of the Losers Club is Ben. So Ben, in this one, he's an architect. Oh, I mentioned Bill is a famous author like Stephen King. So he makes like horror books and his ending stuck. So that's a mention from Bill. So Ben is a famous architect. When he get a call from Mike, he starts remembering everything, but not remembering everything. So when he gone back there, he got to get an artifact from his childhood of the basically yearbook signing, just only like one person of Beverly. So he burnt that in the thing so they could do the ritual of Chud. So yeah. Sorry about that in the background. Just ignore that. Passing card 2. So the next member of the Losers Club is Beverly. So Beverly is now a famous designer, like in the 1990 miniseries and in 2019 film. So she had to get the postcard, that poem that Ben wrote for her from her father's house, but her father's not there anymore. Instead, it's a young, lovely lady, but it turns out to be Pennywise later. Beverly does the ritual. Chud burns the poem. And she also sees a more looking human Pennywise. So basically he does like this, and blood starts to come out,
and just laughs and stuff. Ha ha ha. Baby likes to nope my mouth is like that. Also in the old photograph, it's like Pennywise with a young daughter. That's Mrs. K, but that's not her. So the next member of the Losers Club is Richie. So Richie's fantastic in the movie. You basically have to go and get the artifact. So you have to go to the old movie theater arcade, and that's where he got a token of the arcade machine where you can like play. He looked at Street Fighters and yeah, and he's actually gay. He likes Eddie in the film. So when Pennywise said, "I know your dirty little secret," that means he's gay and stuff, and he liked Eddie. Yes. He put it in there. That's all made of metal, but it'll burn anyways. It would. The next member of the Losers Club is Eddie. So he's still a germaphobe, but he conquered his fear anyway by strangling the leopard from the leopard from the first film. He choked that thing there. It was like that. Vomited black goo out, and he's like, oh! And basically, one of his artifacts is his asthma pump. So he chucks it in the boxing for the ritual chud, I don't know. Yes. But he dies. He like saves Richie, but gets the stabbed by a giant spider Pennywise. So he dies at the end of the film. They have to leave him, and yeah. The next member of the Losers Club is Stanley. Stanley doesn't appear in the film, but he only appears as an adult and kid. While he doesn't go back to Loot Dairy, they have to get the artifact for him. It's basically like a thing, to keep the spiders out from getting into your hair and stuff. They chucked it in the ritual of Chud, and they burnt it. And later, Stan wrote a letter to everyone, and he told them, he basically told them why he committed suicide, and if you're going back to Dairy, they would all lose. So, yeah. The final member of the Losers Club is Mike. So Mike is the reason why he called everyone back to Dairy, because after the events of the first film, going to 27 years later, he basically remembers everything from the first film, with their fight with Pennywise, to defeating Pennywise, to Neibolt House, to his fear, to remembering everything. So he calls each of the members of the Loser Club, but he lies to them a little bit. So basically the ritual Chud doesn't work. Then a big giant red balloon just yeah. And one of these artifacts he kept was actually the rock got like blood on it from the rock fight from the first film, when they're like beating Henry Bowers, and he lost. But he does prove himself. And he leaves Dairy, so we can just get a new life, and yeah. So the next character, but bad guy, is Henry Bowers. So Henry Bowers, basically you actually see him get the blame for every child disappearance in Dairy and killing his father, and now he's in like a mental introduce. And when he see that red balloon, he knows he's back. He's so happy, like ah ha 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 ha, hey, it's like stuff. And when the red balloon pop, and Pennywise disguised as a dead Patrick Hofstadter gives him the knife, and basically he gets out of there and he wants him to kill the Losers Club. And we don't really see this character much. He just wants to kill them. And he's not my favorite character of all, because he doesn't get really like that much screen time than in the first film, because in the first film he gets a lot of screen time. In the second one, he doesn't get real like character development and stuff. So Yeah, he dies. He dies in the film, so he gets like stabbed. He gets like the axe in the head by Richie, and Richie threw up. I'm not kidding. Richie actually threw up like ugh, nearly hitting Mike, and Mike like ugh. So the locations in the dairy, there's some like new locations like the carnival. The carnival makes an appearance there. Doesn't appear in like the It 1990s miniseries, but it appears in the book. So the carnival plays a big point near Adrian Mellon's death, Dean's death, Vicky, and yeah. So actually, the carnival doesn't get that much screen time, but I tell ya, fantastic, really good. Then you got Neighbor House, the house from the first film. That house got a little bit of screen time in the first film, but the Neighbor House appeared near the end. So basically, once they defeated Pennywise, the whole sewer stuff, his lair collapsed, and then Neighbor House just went like crumbling down, and yeah, that's the end of that house. Because when they kill Pennywise, Neighbor House gets destroyed. In the book, the half of Derry gets destroyed, but I reckon that would be true. Um, yeah, fantastic movie. I give it a 10 out of 12, better than the first film. I will still recommend the first film to watch because you get an understanding about the first film, and then you go and watch the second film, and then you understand the story. And make sure to watch the 1990 miniseries of It so you can get a little bit of understanding where they got that from. Um, Real good movie. I don't think it will be out in cinemas for long because I don't know when the DVD comes out, but I'm gonna get both of them. And there's rumors going on saying there's gonna be It Chapter 3. So Bill Skarsgård saying, well, basically he's saying there's a hint for like a prequel before the events of It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2. And yeah, I'll be really happy. I'll do a reaction trailer if they do It Chapter 3, but it's a rumor. It's a rumor. So if you like this video, click the notification bell and click the subscribe button to become a Team 13. And yes, that's Leo on YouTube signing off for now. Bye.